township cricket took center stage as the Kasi Krieket Fest bowled off its very first edition. New energy, new rules, a brand new format. Puntans Kera Kreate 1818. I don't know what that means, but my guest will know. Fast, loud, and made for the Kasi. And behind this movement is a woman with a vision for township youth and local talent, organiser Keratile Pekane. Good afternoon, and thank you for your time. So let's talk about Kasi Krieket and what the concept is all about before I get you to explain some of the things that you made me say in that intro. But just tell me, what's this idea, Kasi Krieket? How does it differ from other formats and stagings of the game of cricket? Keratile, I suspect you might be muted on your side. That's better.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear. Tell us about the concept.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, sir. I think before I start talking about the Kasi Krieket Festival itself, I'd like to just give you a background on myself and the club I belong to. I am a director of Puntans Kera Sports Club. There's a group of 3 directors we have, Vinesh Naidu and Sean Naidu, and I've worked with them to, develop cricket. We were initially just a cricket club. We belonged to the Central Gauteng Lions League, so we play Saturday cricket. But in looking at what was happening within cricket and the challenges we have, especially within black cricket, we realized that actually we are not just playing cricket here. We need to save young people's lives. And so we've got a program that we run called the Betterment Program, where we focus on our black players. We try and get them into employment. We also get them into schooling. And fortunately, through a lot of our sponsors, we've been able to emancipate quite a few households. So the Kera Kreate Cricket Festival is just an initiative within what we do. And what it's about is bringing black clubs together, particularly from the townships, being African townships, Indian or colored townships. We brought them together to play this game that we so are passionate about, cricket. But what's different here is that it's not as long as your typical cricket match where you watch one match for the whole. You'd rather, it's a shorter game so that you can have more games within the day. So it's a 2-day tournament which we were playing. Unfortunately, because of the rain, we could not get to the finals. But we are committed to get another day to finally get to finals.
So when you say it's shortened, what do you mean? We have your standard ODI, you have your T20, and you have your test format. Have you introduced a new format? And what format is that?
So it is a different format in the sense that, as you know, the ODI, I think it's about 50 overs. And that can go on for quite some days. And then there's a T20, which is even shortened. So ours is much shorter. Obviously, with the rains coming, we had to even shorten it. We were able to play about 2 or 3 matches. But it means a typical match, which in layman's terms, a typical match, which would take a whole day, we try and finish within 3 hours. Mm-hmm. Just through how we structure the game and the players we select.
Yeah. So, Keratile, there's something you said that I think is quite important. There's more to this than just bowling and batting and fielding. You are bowling for these young people and batting for them and fielding for them beyond, the game of cricket. Talk to me about the socio-economic issues that you are seeking to address, and how exactly do you address those?
Thank you for that. That is actually quite important. As the director of youth, to be honest, I had nothing to do with the cricket element until, I was more passionate about the youth. And we found that a lot of the young guys, so we are based in an area called Highlands North, which is quite close to Alexander, and also the decaying areas, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, but you know, your Yeovil, your Highlands North. So we are based in this area, and often a lot of the young adults who come between the ages around 16 to 30, they come and play for us, but often we realize that, you know, there's no commitment. People are either not coming to matches, they're not coming to practice, and we realize that actually, if we want to win on the field, we've got to allow these guys to win off the field as well. There's no use bringing someone here to play for us on a hungry tummy. So that's why we ran quite a few initiatives focused on feeding our players, getting them employment, and also just finding them bursaries to go to school to further their studies. I think we've saved a lot of households. I know there are a few people who were suicidal at some point. Some youth were suicidal, some youth were on drugs. And through our initiative and, you know, building them and just allowing them to be confident about themselves, I think they've changed their view on.
Yeah. So you're saying that the reins, as a parting shot, the reins threw a spanner in the works. I suppose you didn't turn to the Duckworth-Lewis method with the result that you're going to have to come back and have another day to play the finals. When do you expect that to be?
My sincerest apologies. There's a call coming through and
yeah.
You guys at the SABC. I'm not sure why.
No, that's fine.
Do you mind repeating that? I apologize.
No, that's fine.
I did not hear that.
That's fine. Let's leave it there. It's okay. I think we've covered a lot of ground. Keratile Pekane, organizer of the Kasi Krieket Fest, just talking about the value and role that it plays in the lives of young people, just introducing them and getting them enthused by the game of cricket while also scoring wins for them in the socio-economic circumstances that they are dealing with.